a dating event where those who are in the movement are able to get together if they're single and then see who wants to mingle. But I propose that instead of just making it about us as the prize, what if we actually went through a course about coming aware of all of the lies that have been masquerading as truth. And now then, once we do know that, we have a common foundation upon which to build the life that we want to create, the world that we'll create together, should the one that I choose to mate and partner with be at the event or be part of the process that is a requirement for the dating events. So this is where it gets really good. If you want to be part of the conscious dating community, then you actually get to learn a curriculum about responsible household management, where we start to learn about responsible husbandry of resources. We use O Economicus, which was Xenophon's essentially a dialogue between Socrates and someone who was tending to his household and needing to know how to get his wife on board as the proper partner to support him in building his dynasty, empire, or large estate that would be profitable and of great inheritance for future generations. If we are willing to protect the future of our hoard, the hoard being all of the gems and jewels of consciousness and awareness that we have found through our journey. And it is time for us to learn how to actually share this with one another without the whole point being to mate with the one that shows up presenting only one face. Well, I believe that if we have a common place to start, then it'll be easier to see more than just one aspect of the one that we want to partner with. And because partnering is not just a romantic or intimate affair, but instead is actually what we do with every single one of us when we engage in relations, dynamics, conversations, all of those constructs are how we engage with one another in relationships that just don't have the same level of intimacy that has intimacy at the core. Core being the heart. And what is more, there's always more. There's always more until there's not. We never know when we're not going to win the 84,600 second lottery that we win every day at midnight, except for today when we jumped forward and lost an hour because we had to spring ahead to then fall behind later on and just dysregulate us who are trying to follow along the times and then suddenly have to remind the body that it's supposed to be an hour different now, but the body is following a natural rhythm that then gets interrupted by man's rhythm, an imposed, overarching rhythm that interferes with our ability to freely be ourselves and natural. So with all of that said, I believe it is time for us to get back in line with one another. It's time to see who we want to actually be in the play of life with, and to see also that we are the players on the stage of life regardless. that I may be the channel to receive the next steps that we co-create together, because we